y'all please say, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom!
I'm at the house, tapped in, she's been listening all day, sending me text messages. Baby, you got your clothes? Yeah, Mom, good. Don't embarrass me, don't get them long. Yes, ma'am. Some things you just can't shake. But anyway, first of all, thank you all for coming out. This has been the manifestation of a lot of prayer, a lot of hard work, and let me just pause yet again to give some flowers to my sister Kathy. When I met her again, many moons ago, I've actually sold books at her event, Speak Life tour, and I followed up and down the country wherever she was, and finally started to go to her networking events in Baltimore. I finally got a chance to get her. Got to talk, and I recognized one thing, that I was coming up short in what I needed in my life to get to where I wanted to go. So I turned to the Cat Eyes over here. I saw the Cat Eyes production. I said, Cat Eyes, I need help. She said, what you want to do, whatever you see, whatever. If you were following along this a year ago, we're gonna put you on the rooftop, we had a meeting, I said, I'm gonna do what? We had a rooftop here, we come downtown, I don't know where it is, we're gonna find a place, take these pictures, go here. Whatever Kathy told me, I did. Because I needed to get to here. This is a result of Catherine's efforts, her network, tapping, pulling, whatever. Yeah, I'm cute, yeah, I'm gonna cut off always what? However, I would be remiss to say I did all this because it was actually you. So thank you for that, Catherine. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Catherine!
I know you all over the territory, but if you in DMV, you need some Cat Eyes. It's cool. I always have been recommending since we started talking. I don't talk to nobody. Go to Cat. All right, there we go. Now, I gave you all a piece of paper. Or a piece, I didn't give it. Brad Brother passed it out. Thank you, brother. I want you to take your piece of paper out and we're about to get into it. You've heard a couple times the word of the year. You follow along me, I do a word of the year conversation. I put my magazine, Off Page Magazine, free subscription, make sure y'all get that. So my word this year is fearless. 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 Right? I want to know, right on this piece of paper, top 3 things that you are afraid of. Not swimming, not relationships or commitment. 3 things that you are afraid of that pertains to you and your business or your goals. Write those down. Good. Still struggling. I said 3. So they got 30, 35. Write down. Now, who wants to share? Give me one of the things you have fear about. Brother Nate.
Poverty.
Poverty. Faith. Sir.
Going back to where I came from.
Back where you came from.
Not reaching my fullest potential.
That's your full potential.
Procrastination causing lack. Procrastination causing lack.
Okay. Mr. Nate.
Not making a change.
Sir in the back.
Complacency.
Always back. Thank you. Always back.
Failure.
Failure. Yes.
Obtaining customers.
Obtaining customers. Great. Burnout. Huh.
Yeah.
So these are the things that you fear. Correct? If I tell you that my word of the year is fearless, now I want to know, another piece of paper, what is your word of the year? You have one. You have a word of the year, write that down. If you don't have one, make one up. Write it down at the bottom. You ready? Okay. If you've written your word of the year, share me your word of the year. Since you was up first.
Grace.
Grace. Determination.
Go.
Go. Patience. More.
Consistency.
Thank you.
Intentional.
Intentional. Succeed. Grow.
Adventure.
Adventure.
Reload.
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 Okay, got it.
I'm going to
Obedience.
business park tomorrow.
Backwards.
Success.
6 tomorrow.
Heal.
Heal.
Unstoppable.
Ah,
Expansion.
Greatness.
Unstoppable.
Got you. Grace.
Greatness.
Greatness.
Just do it.
Just do it. Now, for sake of exercising, how does that word attack, eliminate, or remove what you wrote down as your fear?
Wow.
Does it get to any of them? It does. Then why did you write it down? If your word of the year is attacking those areas, then why are you writing down that fear? Shouldn't you be over it? Shouldn't you have dealt with it? I mean, these are rhetorical questions. There's no right or wrong. Fearless for Mark has everything to do with taking next steps. Fearless for Mark has everything to do with filling a gap that was short, telling someone you don't have a skill set to do something, and I need help. I'm a strong black man. We don't ever ask for help, no direction.
Come on.
And each time you don't, you get jacked up. So if you're gonna do it, then fear less. To fear less allows you to do more. If you the three things you wrote down, if you could fear less in those areas, what more could you do? What more would you do? What more would you be open to? Success. What more grace could you get? What more aptitude could you have to be successful in what you said you wouldn't do? What bench do you want to get off of and into the starting line of life? That's my major
Let's
question.
go.
Yeah, yeah.
My whole thing, my whole existence for speaking is to move you from the bench to the starting line of life. I don't care what the bench is. I don't care what your starting lineup looks like. It's yours. If you aren't able to move from where you are to get to the next level, then you sit here having a conversation about what you're fixing to do. What I ought to do, and probably some stuff I shouldn't have done. That doesn't help us today. Here at the Xtreme Business Conference, I heard the conversation this morning about what they thought Xtreme was. I had to chuckle. These are my words, right? I put it together. Extreme. So the whole phrase is mental toughness with extreme effort is the formula for success. MTSC. I learned about it in college. In the hills of Alabama, in the heat, playing basketball. We had this coach. He was a fitness type of guy, and we ran. We might as well have been the long distance team, not a basketball team. All we did was run in that heat. But he was taking us somewhere. And one day I remember, we're running up a hill in Alabama, and let's say this is the line, right? It was like maybe, if I look back, I think it was a mile long. It wasn't that long, but it felt like a mile. Maybe it was about a tenth of a mile, up and down. So our job was to run up this line, across this line, in a certain time period. So we get down there, we ready. Oh yeah, go. Not it. Walk down the other side. All right, no problem, bro. Got this. Yeah, come on, let's go. Back up to this. Go. Boom. That's the line. Not good. Huh? Down the other side. 15 times. Up and down the hill. We dragging. We don't cuss everybody out. We're talking about their mamas. What y'all trying to do? Y'all trying to kill us today? He time was already, he threw the clock out the window. Finally, gained our composure and ran all the way through the line. That was the assignment.
Yeah.
It wouldn't stop short. It wouldn't stop on it. It wouldn't stop after it. It would stop all the way through it. He pulls us all together and he says, listen, if you want to be great, you want to be this great basketball team, you have to do what others won't do. You have to have some mental toughness, and some extreme effort. And that's where MTX came from. So that day forward, that's all I spoke about. People say, Michael, when did you begin to speak? Whatever. Mama, I spoke with the church. Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, whatever. Get up and give your lines and don't miss the whole Genesis in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. You know, all of that. Yes, that was a training ground for speaking. But I didn't start to professionally speak until one day inside of the cookie store. I was the cookie man before I became speaker man. I got my little brand book out there, I got cookies, whatever. She comes in, looks at the book, she goes, this is amazing. Will you come talk to my DECA class about business and how to do this and SBA? Sure, I just walked that whole process. They was dumb enough to give me this money. I'll tell everybody about it. Went to class, destroyed the world. I walked out of the class and was bored out of my whole mind. I said, what was that? That ain't no fun. I said, God, if you're gonna have me up talking and telling people about stuff, I want to empower and impact lives. He said, stop talking about that. Start talking about them. How do you go get what you want? What does it take to do? Tell your story. I told all my speaker training clients, you tell your story. And when you tell your story, you can sell your story. And your story is your product, your service, or your platform. If you ain't talking, you ain't selling.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't selling, you ain't eating.
That's
This
right.
is a business conference, I think I checked that box.
Uh-huh.
If you're not telling, you heard Britt. She said, you don't tell your story, you gotta tell it online. She did my website. Right? Britt did my website. I call her girl and I don't have, I live here. The last one I did, everything was upside down, the words spelled wrong. And Britt did the website because you gotta tell your story. So we're sitting here talking about business, and you're thinking about your goals for your business and where you want to go in life. It is important that you know what your story is. You heard it all day long. I'm about to be redundant. This is when you know God has aligned everything up. I don't even want to talk right now because everything's been said. Everything that I needed to say to you this afternoon has been said already. But I'm fixing to weave it all together. I'm going to tell you one more time.
Okay.
I'm about to weave it. Here we go. So anyway, that's how I began to speak and got to do all this kind of different training and whatnot, but life was not kind. When I started speaking, I had a store called Cookies by Design. And it was a good business for about 5-6 years. And all of a sudden we were victims of 9/11 and anthrax. 9/11 hit, my family was in the DR. I told the stories quite dramatic. I would give it to you right now, but I don't want to give you that. It's about to come out a little bit later. But the essence of the story was when the towers went down, my own personal 9/11 started happening soon after. They wanted to now not renew my lease at the store. Problem, no plan B. Had to let go of the staff because I couldn't take them into Christmas. I was afraid I couldn't pay them for the holidays. Better I fire you now and find another job than get to December and hey, by the way, no Christmas. Not the kind of person I am, so I let them know. Soon after that, trying to keep it together, the marriage was gone. I lost it all. And I damn near lost my mind. Here you are. We'll be together forever, and now we're more compact. In the midst of all this, I'm trying to keep my kids together because I didn't want to be the dad, that statistic. I didn't want to be him. I was already another statistic, divorcee, right? 65%, whatever it is, I was that. But what I could not be was a not present father. I had to be that. Gonna be that. Have been that. So everything I wanted to do had to be put away. Every dream I thought I had to be put away because the priority changed. It was launching my kids. Don't talk to me about right now. And my kids are number one priority. If you've ever known me about my kids, ain't no game time. We can make it a conversation. And my baby girl calls me, hold up, stop! My daughter's calling. Yes, boo. She called, I have a phone, she called right now, but I'm talking. Oh, my bad, but I wanted to talk. No, babe, I'll call you back. It's that important to me. But the funny thing happened when they got gone, all of a sudden I was left with what? I don't know what to do. So last year's word was undefer. I had to go back and get some stuff. Like we did back in the day in layaway. Hey, it worked. After pay, y'all use that pay. Don't stop like y'all know what it is. Pay for real and it works anyway. I had to go back and undefer the things I wanted to get done in my life and make it a priority. Again, it's already been talked about today. Who you run with, who you hang with, whatever. If you don't put yourself first, who's going to do it? If they don't understand, I know it hurts. I get it. Lost many relationships because they forced me to make a choice. Okay, I made my choice. I'm going on what I got to get on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I was right, maybe I was wrong. But at the end of the day, I got to answer for me. That's something I didn't do before. And as business owners and entrepreneurs, I'm challenging each and every one of you to answer for yourself.
Right.
What's really holding you back and keeping you on your bench? You've only written down 3 things you fear. The most. I know there's a longer list, I got that. But to the top of mind, are they really that bad? Is it something that you really cannot handle? Technology. Short. Call somebody. Graphic design. Short. Call somebody. consultant, short, called cat eyes. Coaching, I got you. Speaking, I'm the one you want. I'm the one you want, right? Because I know what I can do. I also recognize what I cannot do. So I don't fear those things anymore. What I was really feeling was my ego telling me, you can't give it up.
That's good.
You and your ego have a problem. There's a disconnect between what you need to be doing and what you want. And here's why there's a problem. The ego, everybody has one. You should, hopefully. Is the mediator between keeping yourself super, super, super safe, super off the chain. It does not like change. It hates change. And therefore will battle and fight with you to remain stagnant. You want to do something different, something pops up. I will try something new, you won't know you're going to fail. Kendra Dion, how many times did you try to start this wine thing and you thought it wasn't going to work?
Man, listen.
Right? But as I stand in front of you, she's one of the best winemakers in Loudoun County. That I do know. Right? First black woman in right? I don't run with nothing but hitters. I don't run with nothing but hitters.
Let's go.
Who you running with? We talked about this a little bit earlier in the day. It's kind of interesting how I think it was Nate when it's porn thing. It's about porn, right? And you
I started off with wine, didn't I, sir?
You did start with wine.
That's what I'm
Look at
saying.
that. Go ahead and get that vibranium. She got this ridiculous. Anyway, you start hanging out with people. You know what? It's funny. How many pet owners in here? Got dog. You know what they say, right? Hang out that dog long enough. Not only will they act like you, they start to look like you. It's a fact. Get out of my twins. The dog takes on your persona, right? Their influence. Same thing when it comes to people that you roll with that aren't about what you rolling on.
Wait, say that again, yo. That was deep. Wait, say that one more time. Right.
Not about what you rolling on. So therefore, you need to be rolled over.
That's right.
We ain't here to make friends today. We're here to situate ourselves to be powerful.
Powerful.
And get off of our own bench. If you start hanging around with people who, here's one thing I used to say when I had the store, the cookie store, and I was talking to people who were in the workforce, right? I do have a job, but it was back then I had no job as a kid. And they wanted to sit around and talk about their manager, how to beat the clock and whatever. I'm the one trying to keep you from beating my clock. And not giving me production. So we can't have the same conversation. We do not pair well.
That's right.
Don't pair. So while you're talking about what you're going to do on government holiday, my behind is at work talking about looking at these cookies out the door. Million Man March came around. I'm like, you want a Million Man March? He said, what for? It's about getting us together and where we're supposed to be. That's not, but I ain't gonna say what I actually said. I'm gonna say, sir, what does this look like? I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm gonna support you though. I believe in it. But today I got to work. Can you say that about you?
Yeah.
Are you willing to say that about you? One of the things about procrastination, someone wrote that as a thing, that was one of my greatest characteristics. I still valid today. And I was listening to some psychologists talk about it. And of course they're talking about Jimmy. And Jimmy, the boy, he won't do nothing. He's lazy, and whatever the label they give all black men back in the day, he's just lazy, don't want to do no work. The psychologist comes on and says, no, that's not it. Jimmy, or Tyrone, is not lazy. They are unwilling to do it. I mean, you want to pass the plate now? I think I'm done. He's unwilling to do it. Therefore, it won't get done. Then I'm going to sit back, roll back, do nothing because I don't want to. How many of y'all said sometimes you don't want to do something? What I ain't going to do, what you're not going to do, and once I put these pajamas on, what I ain't, you're not willing to offer it strong enough to change your mind when it comes to your business. When it comes to your next level, you have to be more than willing. You need to be excited about it. Like nothing's standing in my way.
Right.
The sacrifices you have to make to go from point A to point B are ridiculous, but so worth it. Procrastination also sometimes can serve in your favor. Right? Let's talk about the other side of this thing. Here comes a great offer. Sounds really, really good, but something. What was in my stomach? I don't know what that was, but what keep talking about yourself? Every time you open your mouth, my stomach. Let me think on that procrastination. However, in this particular case, you need some space to go back and analyze to make sure it's a good deal, because your intuition is talking to you, and you need to listen to it, because it's probably not the deal you want at this particular time, right? But we ignore all that, so you'll run to that over there, but you won't be willing to go do what you need to do for you. Coming to conferences and things like that is necessary to get things done. So there's a lot of stuff I went through to get here, and it was hard to, because I'm not a braggadocious person. Only a couple things that I claim to do well in life, and this is one of them, speaking. But to hear people talk about what I did for them, because I did it for them, out of my heart, it's hard to hear. As a black man, it's hard to take criticism, credit. Like, you did a great job. Oh, you know, and I'm just, oh shucks. Whatever, you know, take your flowers. I'm like, do I need to get in the cut and take this? I mean, I got to hear this. It's hard.
Facts.
You know, one time I do cut and deep, y'all know what I'm talking about. But at the same time, you know, I'm sitting in the back just like every time somebody say something, I just drop my head. And I just, what's wrong with me? I said, just being grateful. I'm being grateful for the opportunity that they were in my sphere of influence, and they thought me worthy enough to pour into them so they can go do what they want to do and get off their own bench to get to the next level. That has nothing to do with me. It was with the gift that God gave me. And I choose not to sit on it. But you choose. You have gifts, talents, things that you are required and responsible for. Question, what you gonna do with them? Can you do it? Sure you can, but you don't want to. You have to want to. Yeah, go back to your 3 fears. You take out the fear, move forward with caution, persistence, dedication, and being woke. You do it afraid anyway. Just recently I had a situation with a business partner of mine. 2 big events coming up, require some capital, some choices. We're gonna go 2 places back to back, require me to send some merchandise here, send some merchandise down there, and you can't drive, the 2 of you want to fly, this and the third, and decisions had to be made. I had a business partner, he's talking, he was dragging tail. No, he dragging ass. And I'm waiting because I've always waited on a partner in the business relationship. I'm trying to wait on you to, because we make decisions together. We do this together, right? No! All of a sudden, the views and visions aren't lining up. Certain places, yes, certain places, no. The vision for my company and what I was doing first is so much bigger than what he has right now. And it got to a point where I believed in what I was doing and how I could get to it and started to make moves, and he didn't come along. Bruh, I'll come back and check on you.
That's right.
We'll have the wellness committee, the home sick and shut, and give you a call. And see how you doing when I get back. Hard to do when people are friends. Hard to do when people are married in a relationship. It just doesn't seem to be going where the vision needs to be, and there's a choice that has to be made. Are you willing to make the choice, or are you not willing to make the choice? It's not easy, but I feel like you can get there. Of the 3 things that you wrote, I want you to get another piece of paper, or write on something. I didn't have enough, I wasn't sure enough to go all the way around. But I keep that 3 things together, and write on the next page one of those fears that you will be willing to attack the rest of this year. 1. Write on these papers you're gonna keep. I'm finished today. Because of the way the room's configured, I would do it, we don't have enough ushers to get this done. So, right up here to the front is a shredder. I want you to take the piece of paper that you wrote on, the fears, I want you to come up here and shred it. I want you to leave that here. Leave that right here. Commit to it. Commit to the one you gotta take care of. Okay, cool. Because by the time I'm finished with what I'm about to tell you next, you'll be able to take care of that one as well. I'm gonna give you one, because one is actually more fearful than the other two. Decision you have to make. So let's get into it. How do we get over these fears? How do we get to the next level? How do we get our prevention? I'm talking to my son, Marcellus Wiggins, my man. Everybody knows that's my boy. He's part of the reason why there's a thing called King Conversation. King Conversation is a book where 30 men got together, and I got them all together, which is amazing. And to write, first of all, we have to read reading, we really don't write as men, like I do. And we wrote a book. In that book, we're dropping gems, knowledge, information, sharing hearts for other kings to hear. We give it to your son, nephew, grandson. I'm finding more women are buying the book than men. Because y'all need it too, so everybody needs to buy the book. That's not including anyone. This is a sales pitch. Buy the book. Because you need to hear some things and you need to share some things. That's the book. So anyway, King Conversation started with my son during pandemic. God knew what was actually best for him. Someone almost didn't make it out that fight. Someone didn't make it out. He was looking for like, months, years, whatever it was. And with me and him in my little apartment, and I'm already having a problem dealing with myself. I see me looking at him. I said, you're lazy, you're no good. The problem is he was just unwilling. Like his daddy, he was just unwilling. It is what it is. So we began to have a conversation about what I learned about my son is when he wants to talk. So when we get something to eat, well, that's always natural, but when we eat, conversation happens. Now that he's older, hey, Dad, we doing cigars today? I was like, oh, he got something to say. He got something to say. We sat on the deck, got a cigar and something to sip on, probably some vibranium by, thick lemon wines. And like that. And we still on the deck.
I'm about to hire you. What's your cash out?
And we still on the deck, and he's talking to me. And I'm just, well, God, there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do, there's a lot of work to do. And I didn't know some of the things he was dealing with. We talk all the time. But as men, as black men, we don't share it all. I'm gonna give you just a little bit of this right here, and you need to figure out the rest. But my fortune for me, because his hidden part is probably who I am, I didn't crack that code. Did crack code. And get to tell me more, into these fears and concerns. Like he have a problem passing the MCAT getting in. There was a whole scene. Coming one night, coming one night and just waking up, I don't know I was gonna make it back. I was out walking. I said, it's after 2 in the morning. Where are you? I'm walking and runners when they go out, they put their name and number in their shoe when they go on just in case they die, don't come home. I said, what? What's going on, Jess? I don't know if he was actually having any of that. He said, you know what? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I said, calm down. He said, call mom to come up as you called your mother. 5. He gets the door, I open the door, and we divorced at this point, long years divorced, but some things don't change. The parent conversation went like this. Me neither. The moment walked in, so it became, what's up, son? Let's go for a walk. And I saw her go mother her arms and baby. I fell back. It's that time. Time for the mother son to do their thing. She walked around. She was, all right, you know what? I'm gonna go back. You need to talk to your father and have a conversation. Got through all that, he gets in there, he passed the test, destroys the test, gets in the case over in Cleveland. So now he's doing his thing. And he's still struggling, trying to find his way. When you're good and successful and you do a lot of stuff, sometimes you don't think there's no challenges. And side note, when there are no challenges, be careful of being comfortable. Be careful, like Dion said, I'm comfortable. Dion, please don't get comfortable because they're coming for you. Do not get comfortable, but that is a natural tendency to relax when things are going well. So my son said he got in there, got ready to go, gets to med school, doing his thing. So he struggled a little bit, had to go off, come back, now he's finally making his way through. So this recently he comes home, he's home Father's Day, shocker. Hey, Dad, I'm home. So, wait, you here? So let's go chill, let's get something to eat. Sure, son. So we have a whole conversation. In our conversation, he makes this really interesting point. He was talking about rotations, and he wants to be a surgeon, wants to be a vascular surgeon. By the way, there's a difference between cardiovascular surgery. They're two people. They cannot do both. You're dealing with the heart, or you're dealing with the veins. You're not the same person. I got that lesson, and I got training on that. So, he says they were on some type of walkthrough, and they went to the surgeon's place, and in this particular surgeon room, they had a score clock on the wall, time on the wall, and I guess I couldn't get the size of it, but some veins the same. And they were sitting on the table, and a clock. And the group walks in, the first girl goes, well, what's that out here for? Certain girls, you probably don't want to be in this room. I said, wow. Tight, man, it's cool. So that person, what do you do with that? Goes, well, we practice on that. Second person, well, why do you practice? Why do you want to be in a room? So my son immediately got it. He said what they do is they practice that skill, get as fast as they can, and proficient as they can within a time in this competition. Right? Again, I don't know how big they were, how small they were, or Microsoft, I don't know. But he said they sew together different variations of how they sew and time, and that's what they do. He said that. And he said, but the problem with people, Dad, is that the girl, although smart, whatever, she has a skills issue.
Come on now. Come on.
Sorry. We need a skills issue. He says, Dad, she probably can do it, but she can't do it like that because she didn't practice. So there's a skill shortage between what you can do and what's required to do.
Set it up. Set it up.
What's
Set it up.
required to get done. You're short.
Set it up, sir.
I told you I was short in an area. No, it's a skills issue. I don't have them. I don't have them. Therefore, certain things I cannot do. And he was telling me the faster they get them executed, he goes, you don't have to do it that fast, but in case you have to do it that fast, you can. And that's what they work on. Skills issue. So now you look back at your business and you look back at your shorts and you look at where we're trying to go. Is it because you don't know how? Is it because you're scared? Or is it a what?
Skills issue.